All right. Phone is off. It is off. It is off. It is off. Miss Wilson, say something to Miss Wilson. You on live. You know we post this. We post all of this. Hey y'all. I got my husband in the building. I know you ain't too fun about me going over the stuff with you. Want me to go over the stuff with you? Or you want to just go with the flow?
I didn't know you had all this stuff together like this.
For
you
tonight.
already had this plan.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for another amazing opportunity to bless the spillers. Bless this podcast to continue to be amazing, continue to grow, and bless this episode to bless someone. We love you. We thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 Hey, YouTubers. We are getting ready to press record. Y'all know Mr. Wilson. He normally does not like to be... I'm so excited. He normally does not like to be told about what we're going to talk about. So I did not tell him that we were doing this episode. So that's my disclaimer in case he says what he says. I ain't got nothing to do with my name, Benny, I ain't in it. And we're going to get this thing started. You got your phone with you, baby, just in case kids call you, because she ain't going to be able to call me. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this quick 30-second sound check. Happy Black History Month. I'm excited, and we're going to get into this thing. Level. Hello. All right. Okay, husband.
You heard that?
Mm-mm.
You even get me out.
Right.
No, you don't want me to talk.
Last. Now say something, sir.
Let me see them pictures you took.
Say something again.
Before you do anything, let me look at
Ooh, that boy said, Baby Barry White ain't get dead now, Mr. Wilson. Y'all hear me? Barry ain't. No.
Trying to talk up. Somebody told me to talk up.
Yeah, my auntie said he needs to talk up. She said she don't know. She said something wrong with him anyway, but she said he needs to talk in the mic. Shout out to my brother, Nora Jr., for getting me this amazing sweater from Nashville, the Black Music Museum. I cannot wait to visit. So, thank you, Buka. All right, babe, I'm about to hit record. You ready? Mm-hmm. What mic you on? We got 1 and 2. Church girls, get you up.
You playing like I always be on here with my ring on. You just be on here. Every time we come here, I have my ring on. You don't never have yours on.
I took it out to cook. Hey world, welcome to the Spill Podcast, your favorite podcast featuring your favorite podcast host, me, your girl, Mrs. Wilson. Hey Spillers, welcome back to episode 10, the first Tuesday in one of my most favorite months. So y'all know what time it is. Go black. Thank God I'm black. Hey, I won't take it back. Proud to be black. Hey, black. Dipped in gold. Black. Kissed by the sun. Black. Melanin filled. Black. The chosen one. Black. Fix your crown. Black. You were born to lead. Black, make us proud, black, because you're royalty, black. Thank God I'm black. I will take it back. Miss Charlene, aka Christian E. Porter from Little Rock, Arkansas. Thank you for that amazing Black anthem. She is, you remember we was at Jay's house, and Tori and the one Jay was saying was our cousin. It's his first cousin. But she's really, really well known for her comedy, like nationwide. She the ish. A lot younger than us. But yeah, she's from Little Rock. Graduated from Howell High School and like, ooh, way after us. Like, she young. But she dope. And that's her song. Remember me and your nephew used to sing that song together, go back and forth. Yes, Blackity, Black. Happy Black History Month, Spillers. Listen, y'all know that's one of my most favorite months. I celebrate it all year round. Y'all know that. But what you laughing for, Mr. Wilson? But it's just something that I put emphasis on it, especially our month. Like, I'm really gonna go hard. Matter of fact, I think we need to do a bonus episode this month. We need 3 episodes instead of 2.
About we as the Spillers, or we as
you and I. You and I.
So I ain't the side chick no more.
You the main chick. Thank you so much for tuning back in with us, Spillers. Welcome to episode 10 again. This is the episode that we are going to talk and speak everything Black. But before we go any further, we have our residential host in the building, my main squeeze. My husband, my boo thing, my chocolatey, blackity. Okay. Mr. Wilson, hey, say hey to the Spillers.
What's going on, Spillers? you know, you got to come up with a new introduction for me, because when you be saying say hey to the Spillers, it's like you telling me, I'm gonna speak to you, Spillers.
Okay, well I'm not.
I be want to speak to them before you get to going all the way out.
I'm not telling you though. I'm asking you.
You know how the preacher be like, stand up.
Uh-oh.
Like, man, I was gonna stand up till he said.
So you was gonna speak until I said something. Okay, well you gonna have to help me work on that, because I feel you. I get it. Yeah. Well, Spillers, you know what time it is. Mr. Wilson, you know what time it is. It is mental check-in time. This is the time of the episode where we are truly intentional and, just serious about connecting with our emotional health, okay? Our latest episode, I reminded you all of some of the emotional words to use that can help you really identify with yourselves and your emotional health, just to make sure that we're okay. And we want to use those words, okay? So let's use those words in 2023. So, Mr. Wilson, every time someone enters the podcast, the Spill podcast room as a studio, I'm sorry saying studio, we have to do a mental check. And the mental check is my responsibility to hold you accountable and your responsibility to hold me accountable. So the Spillers hadn't heard from you in about a little over a month. Yeah, it's been about a month. Yes, whatever. So we want to know how you are doing. So Mr. Wilson, check in with the Spillers and let us know how you're doing.
Well, what's up, Spillers again? Well, you know me. They say black men are strong. So,
Come on, strong black men.
Yes. I'm on the strong cause of the Lord, though.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
Mentally, I ain't gonna say I stay good. Well, the Lord keep me good.
Okay.
Cause I don't be really too much stressed about nothing. I don't too much worry about nothing. Well, I take that back.
Thank you for being honest.
No,
and keeping it 100.
Now, my biggest worry is satisfying you.
That's
a worry, because I don't have to have that worry with the Lord.
Now look at the Spillers probably like, he being cheesy. He just saying
that. No, I'm saying it's real, because you a handful. You too handful. You too handful. But I'm glad I was built mentally the way I am, because I don't think I'm ready to handle a lot of stuff. I ain't talking about you.
Okay, thank you for clearing that out.
I'm just saying, just mentally, because I got me an old job. I've been working this job here for about 2 years, 2.5 years.
Almost 3 years. She been back in Little Rock.
And dealing with them folks every day, you know. That's why I say I'm glad I got the Lord, though. Because I don't worry about it. I know I got to be there. I know I got to be here. I'm good. I'm always good, though, for real. If I ain't, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. And he will definitely do that, Spillers. Very communicative. Loves to talk. Will express himself, when it comes to me.
Like talking, but I
Well, I said when it comes to me, so I tried to clarify that.
Thank you,
I'm glad all is well with you, Mr. Wilson, even though you didn't use an emotional word, but you said you're good. So for me, I understand that. Remember the last episode, we said emotional words explains our emotions. So I'm well. I feel relieved. I feel joy. I feel peace. I feel calm. I feel relaxed. I feel anxious. I feel sad.
I wasn't there with you and the girl.
Yeah.
I ain't know about that. I wasn't on there. Okay. So.
You wasn't on there, but you listened to it. So, of those emotional words, which would you choose?
Well, good, fine, blessed. I'm all above.
Okay, all of the above. Okay.
But you didn't tell me about the words you told.
I didn't tell you, but you listened to the last episode.
But I let it go. Something I let it play.
Oh, okay, so you don't tune in.
Was it an hour and 45 minutes?
It was not. It was like an hour or two. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that. But I'm glad all is well with you, Mr. Wilson. That makes me feel good. All is well with me, Spillers. Listen, my city had it was supposed to be. Y'all should see his face. It was supposed to be a snow week. So I got 3 extra days off of physical work. So that means I did not have to go into the building and stand in front of my students. Y'all know I teach middle school. I'm an interventionist. I just had to give them some work. And my first day back, all of my students turned in their work. So I was super excited about that, proud for that. I said that to say that that break relieved me from a lot of other mental stressors that I had when it comes to work. So I was able to literally just when I say I did absolutely nothing, I looked at my Life 360, my location app this morning when I started my car up, and I had not moved in 5 days, y'all. 4 days. I had not moved in 4 days, and I was like, I hadn't moved the car, nothing. So that was a blessing. I needed that much needed rest. I caught up on a lot of shows. I did not exercise. I'm talking about the most I did was go from the kitchen to the bed, to the tub, to the kitchen, to the toilet, to the bed. Like, I did not work out at all. Don't you say nothing crazy. And then I drank my water. I did drink my water. I made sure I did that. But mentally, I am well. I feel relieved. I feel stress-free. I feel like I have a lot of peace, a lot of joy. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. And I appreciated that much-needed break.
I need me a break now.
Well, the Lord gonna get you one. He gonna
you had your break by yourself?
He gonna break. Yeah, you did, because you went to work every day. So good job, babe. You pressed through. And I was here with baby girl, and we were lazy. So, but good. Thank you. I thank the Lord for you getting up and going on, because you could have used it as an excuse, even though the roads weren't clear, were very clear. But you didn't. So, but all is well with me. I'm good. I'm glad you're well, Mr. Wilson. Spillers, I hope that you are well. Remember, if you are not well, say something so that we can do something. That's the only way we can get you to where you want to be and where you're supposed to be, okay? Did you want to add anything to that, Mr. Wilson?
No, ma'am.
You sure?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, goodness gracious, y'all. He's a handful. So, to our social media shout outs. If you are not following us on our social media platforms, what are you waiting on? Follow us on Instagram, The Spill Podcast 21, YouTube, The Spill Podcast, and my Facebook is personal. So if you don't know me, like personally, My Facebook, you'll see all things to spill, but you'll see some added personal things. My daughter, my husband, prayers, Bible verses, little devotional things that I post on there, and funny things, or me just sharing somebody else information to support them. And that is T'Challa, capital T, CHALLA, Wilson, WILSON. That's my Facebook. So follow us on all of the social media platforms to stay abreast with all things The Spill. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and like all of those outlets. Now, Mr. Wilson doesn't have a social media. Thank you, all. So he can't give out any handles. Did you want to say something about my social media handles? I do. I want to shout y'all out, baby, because y'all been doing it. Like, my numbers every day, well, not every day, but I try to look at my growth reports on YouTube and Instagram at least 2 or 3 times a week, and I think that's probably excessive, and I'm going to slow it down to maybe once a week. I'm going to get myself together to just look once a week. But when I say every time I go in there, I literally just say one number more. Like if I had 52 subscribers on YouTube, and I'd be like 53. And I get on there and it'd be like 55, or you know what I'm saying, or 200 on Instagram, and I get on there and be like 206. I appreciate that, and I speak those things that are not as if they are, because I do want my social media following to continue to grow, because I feel like we're doing something good. So make sure y'all share this, and I support. You follow, I follow back. You share, I share back. So
I got something on social media thing on that.
babe, you just follow me, the Spill Podcast, and Mackenzie. That does not count your Instagram, and you won't follow nothing else. So that really don't count. But I thank you for following us and for supporting.
Y'all welcome.
Thank you so much.
Meg don't post nothing though.
She never posts. Oh, thank God. But it's like, dang, I had to beg her to share the podcast stuff. Like, Pumpkin, did you share the podcast stuff? Anyway, so yeah, shout out social media. Don't forget to follow and subscribe and like and all of that. Now we are getting ready to move to our Spill Trend time. So it's Black History Month, one of my favorite months. You know, we have a lot to be thankful for, a lot to celebrate. In fact, we're going to celebrate Black history in the flesh. Shout out Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. They are the first 2 blackity black quarterbacks in the NFL to meet at the Super Bowl. After 57 Super Bowls, this is the first time in NFL history that 2 black quarterbacks are in the Super Bowl at the same exact time.
Which quarterbacks are
they? Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback for Kansas City Chiefs.
I thought that was
Shut up. See how he do Tish Gill. And then we had Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. And Jalen Hurts, his dad, I think his name is like Avian Hurts Sr. His dad was is a football coach. He did Little League. He coached Jalen all up into where he is now. So we want to shout him out too, because you got history, Pops. You've been coaching your son all his life, and then your son is in the Super Bowl. Like, that's what's up. So I'm always celebrating Black history. I love Black history, and I'm happy for those 2 young black men. And Jalen, his representative as an agent, NFL agent that he chose is a black woman, and she's the very first black woman in history to be representing the black young quarterback. So I'm super excited for those 2 young men. That really touched my heart. It's been all over social media. ESPN cannot get off of it. They talking about it. So for me, whoever wins, I'm happy. Who you want? Do you have a team? I know you're not super footballish, but is it somebody that you would root for, or you good?
No.
You good?
Good luck to both of them.
That's
what I could say, you were talking about son.
Which part?
The football player.
Mahomes, I heard that daddy been the coach, Little League coach, and then coaching different football teams and been a football coach, or?
But I ain't know for real. I ain't know nobody was black.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, his skin. He's on the high spectrum of the melanin for the being real far from the sun. But baby, he's a blackity black. Both of them are. So shout out to those two young men. Shout out to my Spillers who are rooting for whomever. I'm just happy they're both in the bowl together. I'm happy and excited to see Rihanna. We hadn't seen her in a very long time. I hope she come with it. I'm just like, okay, yeah, anyway, so come with it, Riri. You know I love Fenty. That's my makeup girl. That's where I get my makeup from. But I need her to come through. And I'm just ready to celebrate the Super Bowl because it's Black. And it's Black History Month. Like, you know, my boys not playing, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, yeah, you already know. But, you know, maybe next year. Don't start. We're not going there. Thank you very much. Next. All right. So we have talked about our quarterbacks. Now, Spillers, y'all know every episode I got to do something just a little deep. This trend to me is very heavy. The fact that I'm actually discussing this or having to have a conversation about the murder of another black man by police bothers me. I'm very bothered. Regardless of who did it, Spillers, what race, I feel like if anybody understands the magnitude of trauma that we as black folk have dealt with, deals with, and are dealing with when it comes to interacting with the police, it should be us, okay? As you all know, January 7th, after a traffic stop, and it was a traffic stop, but nobody knows what the traffic stop was for. There were police reports saying this. The camera showed this. Somebody else said this. But after an alleged traffic stop, 29-year-old Tyree Nichols was beaten by 5 Memphis police officers right around the corner from us, y'all. That's like literally an hour and a half away from us. 3 days later, unfortunately, he succumbed to the injuries from the beating. Now, I don't want to be on this too long, Mr. Wilson, because I know you feel your way when it comes to police, us interacting with the police, and then you're a black man. However, I appreciate your perspectives that you give when it comes to certain situations or situations like this, because they're always from a realist point of view, and you don't sugarcoat nothing to me personally and people that have been around you. Like when you say how you feel, you mean what you say and you say what you mean. So, how do you feel about this happening, Mr. Wilson? And do you think that it should have went different, being that it was black on black interaction?
It wasn't different. What you mean it wasn't different? Talking about the way they got charged?
Everything. The way it happened, the way that they pulled him over, the way that they did him. I don't think about the way they got charged, because I feel like it's just.
I'm glad they got charged.
It's just.
Even though if it was, I mean, you know how your show is. Can I say white people?
You can say what you, yeah. Look, you can be yourself, baby.
Because if it was a white folk, they wouldn't have charged them. But for the fact that they was black and they got charged that quick, I'm happy because I don't like police at all. I don't, because they cocky. They do stuff like that. And it don't be for what they say it is. But everybody don't get investigated.
But it's just because of those badges. And these cops were from the quote-unquote Scorpion unit, which was a unit that Memphis...
I'm like Uncle Ruckus when it comes.
Say it.
Damn.
Uncle Ruckus didn't play. That's from the Boondocks. Y'all gotta Google it. But these 5 cops were from the Scorpion unit, which is a unit that fights high crime in the rough neighborhoods in Memphis. And I mean, it's obvious because they were quote unquote big black men. However, there was a white police officer that was the first one that allegedly released the taser, babe, and he is being investigated. Like, he still has a job, he's still getting paid. But the 5 black officers were fired expeditiously. Like, they were fired quick. So does that...
What Trump saying? Welcome to America.
Well...
Make America great. Them white folks don't get charged. They gonna end up charging him with something, I bet, but it ain't gonna be what the mother do.
So do you think he'll keep his job?
Yeah, I think he gonna get it. He gonna do something. They might put him
Yeah,
downstairs in the basement in the property room for a minute. But he ain't going nowhere. But them black dudes, I don't care if they get off.
Over with.
It's over with.
Well, the fact that they hadn't charged this white gentleman, it definitely makes me feel some type of way. I'm under my feelings, not in my feelings, but I'm in my feelings. Well, you know, it was the second one. He came onto the scene. The first one was on the scene. He was the one that allegedly released the first taser.
He was the one telling him to stomp him?
Well, no, he was the one that put him down first, and then he got up and ran away from him.
Telling him to stomp him.
I don't know who was telling who. Yeah.
They should just locked everybody up.
Yeah, everybody that was there.
If they'd have came and it'd have been all up, they like all the niggas. Like,
that's it.
I feel just like all the
Negroes.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody that was on the scene before the first responders and the paramedics came, I feel like all of them need to be fired expeditiously and charged with something. That's just my personal opinion. Even though they got there, they may not have released the tasers or shot or had anything to do with the physical beating of this man. However, you were on the scene and you could have done something. You could have saw him slumped over on that police car or fallen over and unconscious, in and out of consciousness, and said, something wrong with that brother. Let us go ahead and get some help. But nobody did nothing for 20-something minutes. That's problematic.
And the bad part about it ain't gonna stop.
It's not gonna stop. That's why you have to be extremely careful when you're any type of interaction with the police at all. Just surrender. Just pray. Just cover yourself and just surrender, because you know, like Mr. Wilson said, whose country it is, and it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Before we move away from this trend, I do want to publicly shout out and put emphasis on our Black kings. I am blessed. I am grateful to have one in my life, my amazing husband. Shout out to you, babe.
If I wasn't here, spell of this girl, I'd be lost. I'm talking about she don't know direction.
Anyway, thank God for you. Thank you. I said Black King, you my GPS, you my priest. Like Pastor said, you pray for me, you my protector, you protect me, you my provider. I got that bank account, I got that card. You know, you all that. So shout out to my Black kings, my husband, my daddy Rich. Rest in peace to my biological father, who was one of my Black kings here on earth. My brothers, thank God for them. My cousins, all of my close male friends, my pastor, my uncles, every Black man. We see you, kings. We love you. We support you. And we riding for y'all, for real. And I'm praying for y'all. Like, one thing that's in my prayer every day, the Black men. Because of the Black men, we're here. Without Black men, we wouldn't be here. So shout out to y'all. We see y'all. Keep standing strong. Keep holding on. Keep persevering. Keep fighting. And everything gonna be all right.
You say you see me, baby?
I see you, baby. Even though you blackity, blacker than black, I see you, honey.
Okay, thank you.
Did you want to add anything to that, Mr. Wilson?
Yeah, you talking about the police too much. You know what you got to do with that.
Crazy. Okay, so this our break. We got to that quick. We're going to put the jazzers on.
So what you got things you be breaking over there too? But you had to look at it before you break?
I don't have to look at it, but I want to,
You have to know when it's coming up though.
Well, I just keep my mind right here just to keep my eyes. Because I keep it on 40, but we did good today. So I'm making sure that it's lined up a little closer. Don't start now.
I ain't shading.
Baby, you still on live, so don't be.
I was about to look face. What you talking about on live?
Because you on live right there, people listening.
I'm looking at.
Oh, so you telling them you hadn't shaved?
I wasn't even. Well, really, I wasn't. I was talking to myself. I was talking to myself like a mirror.
See, so now we're about to get into the spill topic. Because see how he doing already. All right, baby, you ready?
Yeah, I mean, go ahead. Do what you got to do.
Let toast, even though you got water.
You don't know what I got.
It's our date night. I'm excited. I love when our date nights are when you do the podcast with me. I appreciate you.
Well, we're gonna do this every Friday. And you
No,
just
no,
say it.
no, no,
Nah,
no,
you
no,
say
no,
it.
no, no,
Put your
Negro.
song to the
We
side.
going out on
Say
physical
it.
date nights too.
You be like these rappers. You already got your in the bag.
See how you do.
Yeah. You
All right, I'm about to hit record. All right, so we are now headed to our topic time. Spillers, y'all already know. Fix your crown, Black royalty. Fix your crown. You were born to lead. Hey, Miss Wilson. Anyway, that is from Miss Charlene. Thank God I'm Black anthem, and that is our topic. Fix your crown. You were born to lead because we are Black royalty. So not only is this Black History Month, but this is the month of what, Mr. Wilson? Love. Yay! I didn't even have that conversation with him. He guessed it.
But you know, people that always get stuff for the day, they be happy like you.
Yeah, very happy. But I don't always get stuff for the day. Well, I do. But, you know, I'm happy. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm glad you brought that up before you get all deep into it. Is
Okay.
Valentine's Day for men and women, or is it just for
women?
Like you said,
He said I beg your pardon. Listen, this is the month of love, which is also super dope to me because not only do we honor Black History Month, but this is the time where we can also continue to put emphasis on Black love, okay? I've always been a sucker for Black love spillers, even when I was single. You know what I'm saying? Like when I felt like I was a hopeless romantic. Don't be looking crazy. I've always loved Black love. Like I've always been like, look. Anyway, I've always loved Black love. But now since God has blessed me to experience this inexplicable feeling for almost 4 years, I am super blessed to know what Black love feels like, spillers. And now I'm rooting for all my people, all my spillers, my friends, my families, my foes. I mean, everybody. I feel like everybody needs to experience Black love because it really is the best feeling in the world. To me, it's the best feeling in the world. Now, Mr. Wilson, love is an emotional feeling, right? You know, it's something we feel. We just can't say I love. No, you have to feel love. When it comes to love, Mr. Wilson, how were you introduced to the feeling of love, and what are some ways that it was shown to you? So you can't say I was introduced to the feeling of love because I met this girl. No,
I got that from my mama.
Oh, come on, Miss Janice. Rest in peace, Mama Janice.
No girl.
Okay, well, so you were introduced to love from your mother. How? What are some ways that she showed you that she loved you? Like, I'm for real, because some people...
I mean, I came 43 years. However, whatever can go on in 43 years. She showed it to me, and she showed it to me when we weren't even around each other.
So was your...
We being distant. I'm talking about she here, I'm there, she still showed.
So was your mother like a touchy? Did she like hug and say I love you, son?
Yeah, she was the one give me some sugar.
Yeah. You kissed up until the day she went to glory, baby.
All some years old.
Yeah,
she was talking about tough love and just love.
So
unconditional love, all that. Cause she had to go through a lot. She had 3 boys.
3, yeah.
3 baby dads.
Shut up. See how he be ass up. Be telling my mama-in-law business.
If they know me killing Kevin,
they know, for real. The 3 Ks. So listen. So when you say, and I want you...
Let me finish too.
Okay, I'm sorry.
My auntie. Really, it was
who's your auntie?
Riri. all the, well, I ain't gonna say all the women in my family, but for sure my mama, my grandma, and a couple aunties. That's who I was around them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And
then the dudes, like I say, when the dudes came, all is tough love.
yeah.
All uncles, cousins, brothers, it's tough love.
It was tough love. So you knew that they loved you, but their actions showed you that it was like a love from a man. Like it's the man love.
Yeah,
But
cause I know, I ain't no hug. I ain't gonna keep hugging. Now my auntie them hug the shit out of them.
yeah.
All the time hug. My mom get the shit out, boy. You got come here, boy. But my uncles, ain't no. They ain't even shake your hand. Ain't no shaking no hands.
No emotional, nothing.
No handshaking and hugging. Nah.
But you knew that they loved you, and you knew that they.
Yeah, we all knew that because I don't know man in our family that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
Just come out and hug. Mm-hmm. I ain't never seen them boys hug each other, and it sits brothers. You might have 4 brothers here, 3 brothers. I ain't never seen them hug each other. But when I got locked up, I thought I hugged my brother.
I know that's right.
Come down there, come on.
Made them uncomfortable. Like, what wrong with you?
I kissed him on the job. So yeah, cause I don't know if I see you again.
Yeah,
So yeah, down then being locked up, yeah, it made me. It taught me how to love too.
Yeah.
I had to love from a distance.
Yeah.
So it taught me how to love.
And that's crazy that, because for me it was opposite. You say your uncles and all that was like that tough love. I feel like my mother and my grandmother and my aunts were like that, because the women in my family were not huggy, I love you, touchy feely. Like they were not that growing up. Like how I am with Mackenzie, the women were not that at all. Like my mother, my grandmother, my mom and my grandma, like they showed me, I knew without a doubt that they loved me. You know what I'm saying? Because of the things that they did for us, the way that they provided, the way that they supported.
Kept food in y'all stomach.
Kept food, was there for me. You know, in school, my mom was just crazy. Can't even be serious. Anyway, my mother, just the way that she was there for me, supported me, was at my games, helped with homework, typed papers for me. The quality time that we would spend, be it watching the Jackson 5 or her favorite team being the Chicago Bulls, movies, just being, going out to eat, shopping. Like I knew that my mother, you know what I'm saying, and my grandma, I knew they loved me, you know what I'm saying. My grandma letting us sit in the kitchen and watch her cook and lick the cake bowls and all of that good stuff.
Love ain't nothing that can be taught.
Right, it's something that has to be shown, and I honestly think that. But men are super duper sensitive when it comes to girls, I feel like, because my dad, rest in peace, Daddy, Black Hope, I miss him, and my bonus dad, Daddy Rich, them Negroes, when I say they had all the hugs, they hugged me, they gave me sugar, they gave me the money, they gave me the time, they said it verbally, like I love you, you know what I'm saying? Like I literally, it was opposite for me. Like
and the women do it for because we just little Midwest.
Yeah.
That's how it is. You got baby dad, you got the girls, they be baby daddies. They be the
daddy's babies. Daddy's girls.
Like me.
Well, mama boy.
I was a mama baby.
And that's how I feel.
Me, my brother, I don't care who you is, if you from Texas on down, Little Rock on down.
Yeah, you're right.
You're a mama baby.
You're right, because the coast.
You're a mama baby.
The coastal women, we say that all the time. We say the coastal women, baby, they gonna go crazy for their boys. You gotta hear Deborah when she talking about Auntie Irma. Boys, Deborah gonna go in. I don't give a damn about nobody but them boys, them neat. You know, she gonna say what she say, and I tell my mama that now. Like, you love your boys more, but I don't mean it in an offensive way, because I know my mama love me, baby. Can't nobody say I'm the only girl. And my brothers, like, I'm just spoiled. I've always been that one. You know what I'm saying?
That little brat.
I've always, and I'm almost 40, but I've always been. But I promise you, when I say I know my mama love her boy, they near 50, and she'll still come to mama's and let's fix them some breakfast. Let's cook them some. I'm like, girl, they got more women than me. Anyway.
I ain't had no breakfast.
What if you get breakfast every Saturday?
Mama, I ain't talking
Oh yeah, mama asks. Yeah, she don't come over here because she want us to get up and go over there. But that's neither here nor there. Love is definitely shown different. I feel like when it comes to women, you know, we receive the physical and the affirmations and the reassurance and the verbal love from the men in our lives, our dads, our brothers. But the boys receive it from the mamas, because my mama was very loving and very sweet, quiet, real modest, but she was not the touchy-feely, and she's an Aries too. They like kind of mean a little bit. But she was not the type touchy-feely type. But now, baby, every time she see me, she hugging and giving me sugar. I mean, every time.
Now, my uncles on my mama's side, them boys, I knew they loved me from the protection they used to go to my. I don't care what I done. My mama brothers, Willie Porter, Larry Porter, Alan Porter, they be right there for me. I guess that's how I knew they love, because they never tell you.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna never say, man, I love you.
And then it may be the generation that they came in, you know. What are they?
I made my brother see it.
Baby boomers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the type of generations like our grandpas. Like, I never ever met my maternal grandpa, but I knew my paternal grandpa, Bobo, rest in peace. And I met him and I was around him. And those men were very just manly. You know what I'm saying? We got bills to pay. You know, we got hogs to kill, so we can make sure we can feed everybody. We got to work just to make sure that everything in the house was okay. So they didn't have time to be sitting around babying us. That's why the mamas were very nurturing and all of that, because that's what we were with more so than the dads. The dads were working and the grandmas were doing all the cooking in the house stuff. And we moving on from that, because I can see your face and baby, get somebody else to do it.
I stayed suspended so much.
You stayed at home with grandma there, but then in Riri.
I had breakfast every morning, a little sip of coffee. I'm talking about I had it good.
You did, I remember, because telling me how to make, baby, make me some eggs sunny side up. I'm like,
Mama know how to make it.
I do know how to make them. I did learn how to make them, but I was appalled. Like, is he serious right now? And then as I got to know him still, I learned that he was a baby kid when he was a baby, and he was spoiled, and so he could real quiet, real sweet, but mischievous, if that makes sense. So when he but I didn't get suspended. Well, I did spend a couple. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. He was home with the matriarchs of the family. So he was getting the sunny sides up, the toast, you know, the with the jam, and he was getting a good breakfast.
With the grits.
The grits, and I ain't made him no grits yet. But you know, anyway, that's neither here nor there. I got sunny side up. I got sunny side up, though. I'm good on that note. Moving on, Mr. Wilson, you're a mess. So listen, we've discussed our love language, right? And you have discovered that quality time and touch are your love languages. How important is it for you to be able to express those languages to your wife?
It's very important, because when I can't express the touching part.
See how the Lord got to make you get it together.
Because the quality time to keep teeth don't come.
Mm-hmm.
That's the touching part. If I can't express that, if I gotta ask you, can I touch you?
It's problematic.
Yeah.
And you real touchy feely. But I love that about you, because my love language is gifts, because I like to kind of randomly receive things. I'm not like a big gift person per se. I will say about you, and I appreciate that about you, you kind of know what I like, so you'll be like, what kind of person? You know what I'm saying? And we don't do this every day or every other day. It's just, it could be just a birthday, anniversary, Christmas, Valentine's Day, or just a random day. He'll decide to bless me with something, or just bring me, and he know I love flowers, y'all. This man bring me flowers. Oh, Jesus, I probably could have made a garden all the flowers I get. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I need to start saving.
Whatever, anyway. anyway, but my one of my love languages is quality time too. And I love that we both love the quality time with each other. And I feel like that is major because for me, and I want you to tell me, be honest, I feel like the last almost 4 years, I have really grown from one to be out all the time, every time. Like when we first got together, baby, we had every invitation.
That's what you be saying when Pastor be preaching.
Yeah.
You said something. You said something.
But listen, Phyllis, when we first, now my husband is an introvert. He's a real life introvert. If you know him, he'll talk to you, very smart, have great dialogue with you. But if you don't know him, you won't know him because he's not going to talk. He don't like going out, being out on the scene. He good being at home 7 days a week, literally. Me, I'm the total opposite. I came into this relationship and marriage as a social butterfly. Every invitation I received, bam, I'm there with gifts in hand, bearing gifts. Every now and then.
Still trying.
But am I as often as bad as
No, because I learned how to say no. See, I didn't want to say no at first. I just roll with you because, I ain't have no problem with it. I can only handle so much of it.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't, but I don't want to stop you. You can go.
And you don't, but I don't really do that as often.
No, you don't.
Like now, I feel like I'm good because
I didn't do it then. What you mean? That's all.
I didn't do it then, but I'm just saying like now, like if I say, don't start. See how you do, I can't take it. But I said all of that to say, when we first got together, I was the type that wanted to be out all the time. I wanted to, even if it was just he and I, where I was accepting every invitation, and where whomever invited me, wherever, I had to be there because they gave me an invite, and I thought it was my duty to be there.
Be 100 women, and I'm the only girl now.
Yeah, we did that like the first 50 times, and he's like, I'm not finna get used to this. But anyway, I'm good now because I'm good with, get somebody else to do it, baby. I love sitting at home Friday, Saturday nights, watching it.
That's the night you would have been mad. This Friday,
right.
You want to go out.
Listen, date night, watching First 48 or some of my shows, because he'll watch my shows with me. Podcast is our date night, or even when we do go out on dates, because we still do our date nights where we go somewhere physically. But now I'm still good with just being in the house with my man. Like, I'm like, okay, Lord, thank you.
And we ain't even got to be in the same room all the time.
It don't, but we probably going to be in the same room together, but we don't have to. So I've become okay with doing that. And I'm good.
Men do get stuff for Valentine's.
Listen, somebody just done text you and told you that they do. I get you stuff for Valentine's Day. Where they come from?
Said no.
But it's really...
It might be some men here that don't get none, and they women start telling them, don't know my women get none.
Well,
so I like give you a big old with a teddy bear. Get it.
Well, I don't want
to.
You know your wife. I don't want no teddy bear.
Nah, I'm saying somebody out there ain't getting nothing.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm good with being here with you. And I'm good that it's good when you know your love languages and your love languages are conducive. You know what I'm saying? So considering that, it wasn't even hard for us to realize that both of ours was quality time because, honey, when COVID first happened, I was in Texas for the first 3-4 months with you the entire time. So there was evidence for you and I that quality time was our love language.
You had them pictures of your kids when they're growing up. You got them pictures, you look at them, you be like, oh, you was my baby then. You was sweet. You got in them pictures when we first started.
So I was your baby then, huh?
You got in the pictures.
I was sweet.
You was sweet then.
Oh, I was happy to be around my man, honey. You used to leave me, be at work. I be at the house all day, y'all. When I was in Texas, I be at the house all day. Him and his brother lived together. And his brother was working too, but he'll come home or be in Little Rock. And then your mama finally came down there, so that was my little entertainment. We used to ride to Urban to get my wine. She'd ride to me. I'd take her to the store. But that's how I knew. I was like, I love this man because I'm this Negro at work. And you was working 10 to 12 hours a day. And I'd be sitting right there, waiting on you to get home. Then you get home, I'd be up like I'm wide awake. Hey, baby. Tired as hell. Just woke up and then be like, okay, love you, good night. Anyway.
Yeah, but you can change though, cause you gonna be. I ain't gonna say you don't be wanting to go. You probably do, but you don't. You don't say nothing about it. But I know when I'm at work, this how I know you be wanting to go and you ain't changed. I mean, you ain't changed as far as the invites coming to you. Cause I'd be at work, you'll send me back to back. You don't say, can we go here? You just send them to my look at them. I ain't gonna even respond.
And he don't ever respond, y'all. I got an invite to go to one of my good friends, and I still may pop up. I may pop up Sunday, even though Mr. Wilson, I gonna go with.
This Sunday?
Yeah, because I
That's
still.
gonna be quick. I mean, they give you a week notice.
They give me like 2. I done had this one for a little second.
Oh, well, you give me a week notice.
Yeah, I do. I gotta do better with that. But certain people I try to be there for and support, especially if I know that they're gonna be there to support me. But I appreciate the fact, Spillers, that we do have a great relationship and communication to where I would say, well, baby, you know, he'll be like, I ain't gotta go this time, but you can go. You know what I'm saying? And I just chunk the distance and, you know, go and come back and know, you know.
I trust you.
Yeah, I know you trust me, and I love that, and I appreciate that. Cause I trust
Come
you
at
too.
home, don't give you that test.
Anyway, so, see, and she take a nap, baby. Listen, now sex and love. This is what the people be wanting to hear. Sex and love, Mr. Wilson. Do they go hand in hand? Now, when I say that, I mean, do you think that married couples need to prioritize sex? Now, Spillers, listen, I'm not trying to be funny or smart. Because I said married couples. I feel like if you are single and you are fornicating, which you grown, you do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? However, you should not be obligated to prioritize sex in your relationship. I have been there, done that. And when I was there, I did it when I wanted to do it. Negro, I ain't got no ring on my finger. You can't think you finna call me and come over and wham bam, thank you ma'am. No, I'm gonna Paul, thank you, sir, when I get ready to, but you're not going to, no, we don't do that. I didn't do that. So when I say obligated, I say married couples because I feel like, you know, y'all know I believe in Jesus and I believe in the Bible. And the Bible says that we should wait until we're married. And I feel like when you're married, you know, like that's a conversation you need to have with your spouse. Do you suppose to prioritize sex? Again, if you're not married, that's between you and your boo. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Y'all prioritize it or not. But when you're married, that's my concern. Mr. Wilson, do you think that we should prioritize, well, first of all, love and sex? Do you think they go hand in hand? You being in love with somebody and loving somebody and the sexual part that comes with it, do you think they intertwine? And do you think that we should prioritize sex in our marriages?
First of all, I think that it's to each his own.
Okay.
Some people don't want love; they just want sex.
I'm talking about marriage. You can't be with nobody that you married to. No, I said marriage.
Marriage, then back to the marriage.
Yeah, that's why I said. That's why I made it clear, like to my single folk, if we fornicating, because I've been there, done that. I'm not no different. I don't think I'm better. I promise I don't. Because baby, I was doing me. Please believe.
You see me doing that, I don't be busy.
Okay, we'll get it together. I was doing me, but that's why I said when I was doing me, I did not feel like I had to prioritize sex with anybody because I didn't have a ring on my finger. So I'm going to do it when I want to do it, not when you want to do it. Period. But I'm saying when you are married, when you are legally obligated to somebody, when you're spiritually obligated to somebody, when you have a covenant between you, yourself, and God and that spouse, do you feel like it's important that we prioritize sex?
Yeah, I think both people should be on the same page at all times on anything but sex, most definitely. Because to me, you know, it depends on what's going on with your sex. It has a lot to do with the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
How can you bond if you ain't having that? But you got to. And if it, yeah, to me they go hand with each other because you have to have. You don't have to have the love to have the sex. Cause you can be old. Once you get old, you know the sex is out of there. So it's companionship.
Is it?
I don't know. I ain't old.
I'm talking. You saying like you know.
I ain't old. I said
Okay.
once you get old.
You
I'm talking about
okay.
old. I don't know. I'm just saying. I thought the older you get, the most stuff start working. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, people get older. They looking for companionship. They ain't even worried about it. They don't even think about sex no more. Like they forget about it. So,
but while you're able to have sex.
while you able to have it, yeah, I tell you, that's the most vital part of your relationship.
Okay.
If you don't have it, what you gonna? So I don't know. Yeah, you got to have it.
You know.
Yeah, cause you got baby. How can
We
it last
good.
without it?
Calm
No, I ain't talking about
I know, but
how can a relationship last without that? It ain't gotta be marriage, it's just a relationship.
and see that's where you and I are gonna be able to. We're gonna have to agree to disagree because I feel like with a marriage, it's imperative. But with a relationship, first of all, I'm obligated to give you none. You ain't got no ring on my finger.
It's to each his own, but if you been getting it to him,
Well,
that's what I'm saying. I ain't saying if you ain't gave it to him.
and let the church
But if
say
you ain't
amen.
gave it to him, you plan on doing it. So I ain't talking about that. I'm saying if you already crossed that line and you're doing it, that's what's gonna keep you related. I mean, it can break it or make it. It depends on what you're looking for. But once you get married, if the sex was bad, you got to make it good.
Got to make it
So
good.
you got to work on it. You
Yeah.
got to have the love and the sex because you got to be able to talk to the person that don't know what's going on.
What you mean? What's going on?
to loosen them up.
Oh yeah, to make them comfortable.
To make them comfortable with whatever's gonna go on. So you got to have.
And that's true because I have never been insecure when it comes to myself, my body, my sex, whatever. But we're sometimes shy and uncomfortable. So when you're in that, when you're married, before you even marry a person, you need to feel comfortable enough to trust that person enough to know that you're gonna be able to be yourself, friggity freak. If that's what it is, and that person is not gonna judge you. I'm saying it because some people be like freaky for real,
and then some don't. But later on down in their marriage,
they may freaky. Yeah, but you want your spouse to be able to not just, you know what I'm saying? I can take the shit, but don't be looking crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because now something is coming out of me that didn't come out before. And it's probably no, not for me. Shut up. I'm just saying in general, goodness.
Well, you looking at me talking to me.
Well, I was just saying in general, like we goes in, we good. Like you know what I'm saying? You've made me, and I'm proud because I've never been this comfortable. And it's a God thing because in prior situationships, I wasn't supposed to be this comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And so I appreciate you. We'll stop at that part. But people need to know that when you're in a marriage, you're supposed to be comfortable enough with your spouse to know that you can really let yourself go and not feel judged or not feel looked at, you know what I'm saying, differently. And like you said, it's a bond. It's something that you're sharing between each other that's going to continue to bring you closer together. And you should be, comfortable with doing it. So,
because the Lord wants you to do it.
He do, baby. Give us a license.
I mean, you bring
what Pastor Richardson say, perpetual frequency, baby. You
life without parole.
Listen, without parole. Okay, that part. All right, so listen. Our next question, Mr. Wilson. Marriage goals. Now, when I say marriage goals, I don't always want us to feel like that we looking at other people's marriage and saying goals. No, you need to be your own goals. Like I'm a firm believer in being your own goals. However, I feel like every couple has had someone that inspired them with that love, right? So, is there a couple that maybe you've watched growing up or as an adult that has inspired you when it comes to marriage?
Not coming up.
Well, you just being honest. I knew that was gonna be the response, Phyllis. I didn't know what his response was gonna be or how it was gonna come out.
Because when let's say when I was in school or whatever, all the good teachers I had or the good influences that was around me, women and all that, I ain't never see their spouse or nothing that they was married. They said they was married, but I ain't never seen it
You
in
didn't
one
ever,
house.
so you never saw what a
Across
physical
street,
marriage looked
yeah,
like.
across street from us, and they in one house married. Nah, I ain't see that.
Okay.
Across, nah, I ain't see that.
So you don't have anybody that you look at like,
I
okay,
don't
this
know.
and them, like I wouldn't mind having a relationship like that. That's a lot.
Mine is where it is, cause that's how I said I was gonna do things different.
Yeah.
By watching everybody that
Yeah.
I knew was married and seeing how they was doing.
Yeah.
So
You knew
mine the way it is now because I ain't do what they was doing.
Amen. Thank you, Lord.
I ain't have to see the ones that was, been together 40 years. Cause they don't tell what they had going on in their house.
I know that's right. Because what they say, the grass ain't always green on the other side. That's what's up. Well, I did. My mama and Daddy Rich.
I mean, I can see that.
Yeah, they
I've
always.
been seeing this since I've been around.
Yeah, almost 4 years. You've been around almost 4 years, but I've seen them almost 30 years.
Yeah, he tell me that.
Yeah, their entire relationship has been the epitome of black love to me. You know what I'm saying? Just their love for each other, their support for each other. When I say my mom and daddy Rich have been with each other through everything and anything, I've watched them keep their marriage. They don't go out telling people stuff. They don't invite people into their marriage. They're like people on the outside really like clueless. Like, you know what I'm saying? Really wondering what's going on because all they see is the love. They see the support. When they see them around each other, they're holding hands, their arms around each other, they're supporting each other.
Papa always drive.
Shut up. Papa always driving. I'm trying to get my husband to always drive, period. Papa is my daddy Rich, y'all. We call him Papa because that's, well, Kenzie, that's her favorite. That's her Paul. So we just call him Papa too. But they've always been an inspiration for me. And I'm grateful for them and the example that they have set. And not only them, so many other marriages that I believe are beautiful to me. My Aunt Jean, Uncle Tony, my pastor and first lady. I have friends, close friends that are my age that has beautiful, amazing marriages. So I'm just grateful for those examples.
Well, you done been around quite a bit in the sound life. And I done met a couple of the men.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Tommy, Papa,
Pastor.
Mm-hmm. Who else? That's like
Well, Josh, Antoine. Yeah.
Yeah, I met a lot of them.
Yeah.
They cool.
And they're really
Yeah,
good.
they cool.
Yeah.
They're different.
Baby, all the way different. Hand clap on that one, baby. I got me
I done met
winner.
I done met all of them. All of them.
But they ain't my men. I'm glad you're an amazing husband, and I'm glad you know that. I try to tell you that though a lot, even though I'll be like, baby, what, girl? I'll be like, I love you. You're so awesome.
I mean, because when you used to call my name, it depends on how you say it. Granny, if I act like I ain't here to keep walking, I ain't got it. If I stop and say what, pick that up for me.
Grab it, pick that up, hand me that. Anyway, I appreciate it though. Anyway, so this is my last question, Mr. Wilson. And this is mainly for the married and future married people, right? The sacredness of marriage is severe. So guarding, protecting, and praying for your marriage is imperative, spillers. In fact, Matthew 19:6, you learn whenever you get married, preachers say, the Bible says, or God says, what God has joined together, let no man tear apart or separate. So my question is, because I've been seeing a lot of foolishness on social media, especially recently, where married folk vent to other people, outsiders, about their marriages, and later on it blowing up in their face, right? The people that they're venting to are publicly exposing what they have shared with them. How do you feel about any married, engaged couple or a couple in a serious relationship sharing their disagreements with their relatives, friends, or anybody outside of their relationship? Like, how do you feel about that?
They get what they deserve.
Well,
That's just all it is. They get what they deserve. So I always told them, you don't want to buy nothing. Don't tell them. If you don't want to hear it again, don't ever
if you don't want to hear it again, I like that. Yeah. And because when I say I sell so much stuff, and I was like, who would even feel comfortable with telling anybody outside of their spouse this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then people have receipts. Like, who? Hey.
That's what I'm saying. It's so many different kind of. It's only one marriage, but there's so many different kind of marriages out here, though. People just when they talk about they get married, they got an open marriage. They got this. They want people to know that they ain't got nothing to have. And whoever they telling, you know, they could be the person that they if it's the opposite sex, they could be trying to get that person. When you've been with somebody like that, yeah, you can.
And I can see that because the situation that I've witnessed recently, like you've been to the opposite sex, and I can see that opposite sex probably saying, oh, you know what I'm saying, you a good man, or you know what I'm saying? So just be careful with that. I don't agree with that. When we got together, I went about our relationship totally different. You made it known within our first month what you wanted, and this is what you was looking for, and this was your end goal. And when you said that to me, I promise you, I knew, well, I ain't gonna be able to share nothing with, you know what I'm saying, everybody, because I wanted whatever issues we had, I wanted us to be able to work them out. And I'm so grateful to God that I didn't do that, Spillers. And we gotta be like that.
If you'd have done that, you'd have opened a can of.
Shut up. But listen, when you do stuff like that, Spillers, you give people like you kind of like you make them win. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes people don't be knowing what to do. They looking for answers.
That's
sometimes
it.
When they doing it, they looking for answers. They looking for advice, but they get it from the wrong place. But that's what they be looking for.
And then you got the
social media. Why would you get on social media and do it?
That just don't make sense to me. And I was trying to understand that. And then you got like with us. But you will never know. We to death do us part, for one. Let's make that plain and clear. And then if we ever have a disagreement or whatever it is, it's going to be a conversation that ain't never going to be a blow up, because I don't have this type of husband. My husband is not confrontational. He's very upfront. He's very concise. He's clear with whatever it is that he has to say. But he's not a confrontational person. You know, you'll be like, I don't like this, and this time we're going to...
We don't do no plans, so I ain't none of them. You know how they be throwing eggs in the face?
Yeah, we don't do that. Yeah,
you want to.
The challenges. I did want to do the egg challenge with you, but I was like,
I want to hit you with this egg. No.
I told my friend said, do it, Mr. Wilson. I said, he a man. I can't do it. But... we communicate too, you know what I'm saying? Like, we communicate, like, even from day one. Like, you'll be like, such and such do this. Well, I don't want that. We not doing this. This not how we going now. This, we gonna talk about this thing.
Like I say, I don't compare nothing. I don't compare nothing we got with nobody else. But if we be around some people and I see how they else going and it ain't good, they ain't got no kind of affection, no kissing, no hug. And this a couple. They ain't doing none of that. I don't want to be around.
Right. And you made that clear, and I appreciate you for that, because I was that one at the very beginning, not talking, didn't want to talk about it, just walking around with an attitude. And he said, nah, hell, we're going to be in the same house and not talk to. That's stupid. Like, made that very clear. And now we don't do it. Even a few nights ago, you know what I'm saying? I got a little attitude. I felt like, you messing up the energy. And walked off, and baby came and worked that thing out real quick. Like, nah, we not gonna do this.
Work it out with you, then your mini-me get acting like this.
And now I can't keep y'all apart from me. Oh, Lord, pray for Mr. Wilson, y'all. He got a lot of estrogen. Me, his baby girl, his two baby girls. Lord Jesus. Oh, we just tearing them up. But anyway, make sure that you communicate with your person. Like, however you feel, if you're gonna be with somebody the rest of your life, Spillers, that's your best friend. Like, tell them how the hell you feel right then and there. Get it out. I don't care if they stink, whatever it is, tell them. It's better that you tell them than somebody else, because...
well, they might need to wait till they've been together for a while.
Well, yeah, but
you get to tell them they stink.
Well, hell, if you're married, you know to them do your part.
First, you got to let them know he got to see what it smells like. She might have just forgot this day.
Or he
might have forgot.
Yeah.
He might take a shower next morning. You don't know.
Well, but you
don't say nothing to start no fight.
You don't say nothing to start a fight, but you should be comfortable enough with your person to say, baby, go put a little water on you, baby. You took a bath today.
Boy, them things smell like that.
Or baby, they salty. I'm just saying, you should have with your person, with your spouse, that you can say that and not be offended. And you'll gladly go get in some water, or you'll gladly cook a meal, or you'll gladly
roll over and lay down
or glad, you know what I'm saying?
Or,
I'm just saying, like, yeah, be like, okay, baby, I'm tired. I got you in the morning. You know, as long as you ain't outrageous.
Get on over there.
Now, if it ain't outrageous, if it's out, anyway, we don't do stanky over here. But I'm just saying, whatever the situation may be, make sure that you are able to speak with your spouse about whatever. Because when we tell outsiders, when you put outsiders in your business spillers, it's never good. When I say I saw the ugliest stuff the last couple weeks, I'm talking about friends posting stuff that friends said. And we're talking about a couple confiding in their friends and their friend using it against them later. Like,
What they do to the friend?
They can't stand the friend now.
The friend might just be getting some get back.
They can't stand the friend. They not talking. They done already put it out there. This friend is hating, blah blah blah. But the stuff that you have shared with this friend, that this friend is exposing, that's not good.
But you know, a person don't expose it till you do something to them.
That's it. And that's not. That hadn't been put out there what was done to the friend. Yeah. But the friend just put out there what both parties exposed to her, and it was.
Well, you might need to quit reading it.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Because if you put something in your comment, it can be something that somebody else don't like.
You're right.
Then they draw your black ass.
But the thing about me, Mr. Wilson, and I'm explaining this, y'all, because Mr. Wilson is not a social media person. He has an Instagram. He only follows 3 people.
I don't never turn it on.
That's just me, Mackenzie, and the Spill Podcast. But he hadn't even been on there. So anyway. I never get in other people's business. I don't comment. Now, I am one of those nosy, ooh, help me, Lord. I am one of those nosy social media likes that I'm going to scroll, I'm going to look and say, whoa, child, not. But I promise you, I wouldn't unlike, love, comment. I don't do that when it comes to foolishness. So, from the outside looking in, you would think I didn't even know, because you ain't going to see a trace. But, I am going to look. And I brought that up because I saw some stuff that I had no part of, but I just wanted to kind of bring that up with you, even though you're not a social media person. So some people may not feel that your answer is just, you know what I'm saying, because you don't have social media, your response. But even if you were on social media, you wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying, partake. So, all right, so our final thought, Mr. Wilson, for those who are waiting to be found and genuinely loved, can you just give us some quick advice for them in their waiting time?
Who are them?
Whoever. You know, we may have some spillers that may be single and waiting on the Lord to send them their Boaz or send them their send them their Ruth. We may have some, you know.
You still can conversate while you wait. You can still get to know people.
Okay.
That might be one of the people you got for you. You can't. How you gonna sit and wait?
So you think
the man gonna come knock at your door? Or the woman gonna come knock at your door?
It could be the plumber.
Yeah, or the mailman.
Or that too. So
I feel like they need to get up and go. Get up and do something.
Get out, do stuff.
When I say go, I ain't talking about no club, because you know I ain't no club.
Right.
Yeah, people fight. You meet people at Walmart now.
Yeah.
Kroger, just go shopping.
Go
get you some groceries.
Go to Home Depot.
Go to Home Depot, get you something. Just go to a gas station.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere.
Have to eat, but you have to make yourself available.
But you have to, then you got to be willing to, you got to get back in the 90s, face to face.
Yes, put all this text messaging and social media
and up on the date apps.
But ain't nothing wrong with the date apps.
I ain't saying it was.
Looking up on.
Go to the store. You ain't got to get on no date.
But if you meet somebody on a date app, the moment you meet them, you need to go old school on them. Meet me at Kroger. Meet me in Kroger parking lot. Meet me in Dollar General parking lot. Meet me at the Walmart parking lot. Let's have a conversation.
You don't just sit back and wait on. You don't supposed to sit back and wait on nothing that the Lord is going to bless you.
Because what God has for you is for you. Yeah. But you have to be ready. The Bible tells us to be also ready. Be patient too, but be ready. You don't need to be just in the house all day, every day thinking Boaz gonna come up. Yeah. I get it. I feel you. All right, Mr. Wilson. Well, that was an amazing
Are you trying to put me out so you
No,
can
did you have something else you want to add to this episode?
No.
It was amazing.
Start time waiting on me.
Okay, well, did you have anything else you want to add? See, I ain't doing it to be extra, y'all. You have something else you want to add?
I ain't gonna add.
Alright, you want to say that to the single
I
spillers,
was just
the
say
married
bye,
spillers?
Yeah, I was just gonna say bye, Spiller, baby. Don't be trying to coach me and coerce me.
I'm not. I just
Bye,
asked
Spiller.
if you wanted to say something. You give good advice.
Yeah, but you talking about that love part. I can't give them advice on that. They ain't got nobody. They gotta get somebody first.
Okay, so what they got to do to get somebody?
I can't tell them that. I don't know how I get you. You tell them how I got you. Then they'll be able to get them somebody.
Alright, is that how you get You good, Mr. Wilson?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright. Okay, well, Spillers, that is the end of episode 10. Thank you so much to Mr. Wilson for tuning in with us and just sharing with us his goodies. He always gives goodies, so I love to have him in. On to our encouragement segment. Spillers, no man knows what he can do until he tries. Carter G. Woodson, the founder and father of Black history. If we want something, Spillers, we have to seek it. We can't live off of fear, past rejections, or insecurities. Be it love, a business venture, a house, a family, whatever your desires are, make sure that they align with God's desires for your life. Pray about them, pray for them, step out on faith, and go get them. Time is of the essence. Use it wisely, Spillers, and boldly. This is Black History Month, baby. If you don't do nothing else, stay black, be black, and love black. Love y'all, Spillers. Thank you all for tuning in. This is Mrs. Wilson, and until next time, signing out. Thank you! Because I didn't want you to leave. He stays, Spillers. Baby, press stop before you say anything and say bye to the Spillers. Thank y'all for tuning in. Look at my handsome chocolate face.
You need to,
and you on YouTube forever, baby. Put your face in there so I can see it. See,
They just
see,
sent me some,
they gotta see your face. Hey, cheese. You like